My name is Dr. Chude Fundu of Snowspirations, Global Health Solutions. Thank you so much and welcome to our clinic today. Today is Friday, and every Friday by this time, 5 p.m. Nigerian time and 12 p.m. Eastern Time US, we normally have our special clinic, 40s Fridays Clinic. Our 40s Fridays clinic is a special clinic for women about age 40. This is a clinic that will help a lot of women to overcome infertility and become mothers. Now, today is such an amazing day. I don't even know where to start. You see, when I started this journey of helping women to become mothers, to become grandmothers, of helping fathers to become, in 2015, I never knew we can cause this level of damage in the kingdom of infertility. Today is a good day. I'm sure you've read all the testimonies. I'm sure you read the story of a lady at age 45. She signed up, and unfortunately, she couldn't achieve pregnancy by herself. And she was so distressed. She couldn't really believe that, at the end of the day, she's going to get results, but she didn't give up. So one of the constant things in our group is the power of staying on track. This lady stayed on track, and today she's a mother of twins, twin boy, girl. She went for different options. She went for surrogacy. Now, if you do the right things in our group, you become a mother, you become a father. Are you going to be challenged? We are all going to be challenged. So you cannot escape challenges. But the problem is, what will happen when you meet challenges? What will you do when you meet challenges? So I'm so happy today. Matter of fact, I've had so many testimonies, but this particular one stood out because this lady was faithful. When everything failed, when we made the diagnosis of adenomyosis, and it was clear that she cannot use her own body to have her own baby, she stepped up. She went for surrogacy. Surrogacy means she discussed with her partner and they agreed to look for another younger lady who will use her own eggs and the partner's sperm to have their babies. They did it. They succeeded. They are parents of twins. Nobody can take their babies away from them. Now, on this note, I wish to still invite you to our ART Summit, ART Symposium. ART stands for Assisted Reproductive Technique. If you have been told you need IUI, if you have been told you need IVF, please register for that event. A stitch in time saves 9. Infertility's aim is to make you permanently sad, is to steal the joy in your relationship, is to kill the love between the two of you. But please, this is July. Refuse to go that route. Refuse to buy into the lies of the deceiver that you're not going to be a mother. If you have been told you need IVF, IUI, surrogacy, donor eggs, donor sperm, adoption, fertility treatment, please use it and start immediately. Use your power of now. Don't postpone it to tomorrow. It's important you heed to my advice, my sister. You cannot afford to end 2021 without results. We are very faithful people. We are mothers. We are fathers. We don't give up until we succeed. So thank you and welcome to today's clinic, 40s Fridays. Today we're going to talk about polycystic ovarian syndrome. Polycystic ovarian syndrome. This is a condition that can lead to infertility. Thankfully, if it's discovered on time, there are ways we can use the modern technology to defeat polycystic ovarian syndrome. So let me check in and see who is in attendance. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, my admin is in attendance, and I believe I have a full house. So we're going to talk about polycystic ovarian syndrome. So let me quickly check in and make sure that everybody is following. Okay, good. So please, when you come in, focus on my admin. So focus on Kene. Kene is the Chief Operating Officer. Focus on Chi, Evelyn. Focus on Onyinyechi Okafor. Focus on Dr. Ndichie. Dr. Ndichie will join, and Ebenezer, okay? Now let's start. In polycystic ovarian syndrome, for some reasons, the normal architecture, so architecture means the way that God made your ovaries to function. Inside your ovaries, you have some structures that contain the eggs. They are called follicles. So this is exactly how God wants you to become a mother. When you have a regular cycle, towards the mid-term of your cycle, so assuming you have 28-day cycle, when the build-up, when you've stopped bleeding, when we begin to go back to the base to work up an egg that will help you to become pregnant, one of the follicles inside your ovary will start developing. Inside that follicle is contained the egg, which the sperm will fertilize. Now, by the time the follicles are developing, there's a particular hormone responsible for helping the follicle to develop. It's called follicle stimulating hormone. Follicular stimulating hormone, FSH. So it's important that your FSH is within the normal range. If your FSH is higher, which can happen when you're getting older, it means your fertility is reduced. So when the FSH is normal, it will stimulate the ovaries and it will lead to development of one follicle, which is called the dominant follicle. Now, if you have a 28-day cycle, on day 14, 24 hours before day 14, another hormone will come in. It's called the luteinizing hormone. This is the hormone you will check when you're using your ovulation predictor kits. Before the release of the egg, which is called ovulation, the LH will go up. It's called LH surge. Once the LH surge is up and it's confirmed that everything is going okay, you will release the egg through the process of ovulation within 24 hours. This is the way the body of a woman is structured every single month. So if your cycle is 28 days, every 28 days, you will release one egg on day 14. If that egg is released and the sperm meets the egg, you will have pregnancy achieved, then you will subsequently become a mother. Unfortunately, in women that have polycystic ovarian syndrome, there are differences in the ovaries. So instead of having normal sized follicles, they will have multiple tiny fluid containing follicles inside the ovaries. When you have these multiple fluid containing follicles inside the ovaries, you will no longer have the normal function of the hormones. You will no longer ovulate. Some women will no longer have their regular cycle. Some women will have reduction in the normal time they bleed. It's called oligomenorrhea. Or some women will not even bleed at all. It's called amenorrhea. So the problem in polycystic ovarian syndrome is not just the fact that we have multiple fluid containing tiny follicles. Is the fact that it disrupts the normal function and makes you not to ovulate. So at the center of polycystic ovarian syndrome is lack of ovulation. And for you to be pregnant, you need to ovulate. So one of the biggest problems we face in polycystic ovarian syndrome is what we call anovulation, lack of ovulation, or irregular period, or lack of period called amenorrhea. Now, this condition is very, very common. In women within their reproductive cycle, about 8 to 10% will have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Unfortunately, most women will not know they have this. By the time it's discovered, it's already late. By the time it's discovered, you've gone all over the place, you've gone to the wrong places. What are the things that can tell us whether you have polycystic ovarian syndrome? Number one, when you have irregular period consistently. So if your period is all over the place, if you suddenly notice that your period is reduced, it's no longer coming as expected. A normal woman in her reproductive phase is supposed to have at least about 9 bleeding in the 12 months in every year. But if in 2021, you have only bled once, it's possible you might have a problem. So irregular bleeding, it's number one. Number two, some women will notice an increase in the distribution of hairs in their body. So you see all those facial hairs, chest hairs, and hairs like you're a man. It's possible is a symptom that you might have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So what it's called in medical field is called hirsutism. Now, the reason why you might have this is because in women that have polycystic ovarian syndrome, they will have an increase in the production of the male hormones, which we call the testosterone and the androgens. When you have increase in your testosterone, which ordinarily is the hormone that will help you to have increase in your sexual drive. But when you have predominance of male hormones in lieu of female hormones, you will not ovulate. You will have increase in the hair distribution in your body. So if you are having infertility today as a woman in her reproductive phase, and you suddenly noticed that you have increase in your facial hairs, it's only men that should have facial hairs. Women are not supposed to have pronounced facial hairs. So those facial hairs you're having must be fully investigated. We must go and check the ultrasound and look at your ovaries and make sure you don't have polycystic ovarian syndrome. If you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, you will not ovulate. Or when you ovulate, you will have erratic ovulation, and the whole body, the way God made it, is not going to function. The biggest problem in polycystic ovarian syndrome is the inability to ovulate. And when you don't ovulate, there is no egg. When you don't have the egg, there is no egg that the sperm will fertilize. When the sperm cannot fertilize, then you have infertility. Now, depending on the severity of your polycystic ovarian syndrome, the management will differ. We can use hormone drugs to manage it. So we can use Clomid, we can use gonadotropins, we can use letrozole, we can use even metformin. The reason why we use metformin in the management of polycystic ovarian syndrome is the fact that women that have this problem also have insulin problem. Insulin is the hormone that makes sure that the sugar in your body is managed properly. So it's not unusual to have women who have polycystic ovarian syndrome to also have insulin problems. So when this happens, we also give them metformin. Metformin ordinarily is a drug we use in treating diabetes. So using metformin in the management of polycystic ovarian syndrome is to make sure we control the handling of the sugar in your body. How can we diagnose you have polycystic ovarian syndrome? You have to see a fertility specialist. We have to run a hormone profile. So we look at your progesterone, we look at your FSH, we look at your LH, we look at your prolactin, we look at all the important hormones. We check your testosterone, then we check your androgen level. Then we tie everything together. We also have to have an ultrasound and look at your ovaries. When we get to your ovaries, we will have multiple fluid-containing cysts. When you have this, you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Polycystic ovarian syndrome is a big factor that can stop so many women from becoming pregnant. Unfortunately, because you don't see a gynecologist, because you don't see a fertility specialist on time, you might not even know you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Thankfully, the fact you have polycystic ovarian syndrome doesn't mean you can't become pregnant. You can become pregnant. We have recorded so many successful stories of women that had polycystic ovarian syndrome and they still became pregnant. But you need help. So you cannot get help if you don't see a fertility specialist. So if you have been told you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, it's important you seek the help of an endocrinologist and a fertility specialist. Very, very important, especially if you are above 35. So if you are attending today's clinic, which is predominantly meant for women in their 40s, you are contending with a lot of factors. Your age, you can't change your age. Pregnancy begins to be difficult when you get to 35. So if you are in your 40s, you will discover it's even more difficult. If you read the testimony of a lady that shared her good news today, she came in at age 45 in 2019. She began to do the right things. From that 2019, in 2020, she was 46. She began to do the right thing. She began to see a fertility specialist. She began to look at her options. She convinced her partner for them to go for surrogacy. Today, she's a mother at age 47. She was not waiting for miracles to happen because she wasn't doing the right things. She was doing something. So if you're having infertility problems today, if you have polycystic ovarian syndrome today, and you're in my group listening to me today, I want you to be like that mother. I want you to be like that twin mother. I'm sure you've been rejoicing with us. You've liked the pictures. You prayed amen. You've claimed this. But what are you going to do differently? If they told you you need IVF, are you going to go for your IVF? Are you going to go for surrogacy? Are you going to go for donor X? No matter the challenge you are having in having a baby, you can overcome. But you cannot overcome if you don't step up and do something. So I'm encouraging you, if you are attending this clinic and you are 40, it's expected you are now wise. It's expected you have a game plan. If you don't have a game plan, then you are planning to fail. You must have a 2021 project. You must plan to become pregnant in 2021 and become a mother in 2022. You cannot afford to be a believing for baby mother in 2022. It is completely unacceptable. We are fruitful. So my sister, once you are in my group, you are already a mother. The battle is in the mind. Stop showing up and asking questions that have already provided feedbacks. Step up, have a game plan, go and get the money, go and get people that will help you. Start something. Start with seeing a fertility specialist. Don't wait till the late time. Unfortunately, we are in July. We cannot afford to end July without results. We can help you. So if you don't have a fertility specialist, you can subscribe. You can come in for 1 week. You can come in for 1 month. You can come in for 3 months. You can come in for 6 months. You can join our Believing for Baby category. If you are already pregnant, we can refer you. We can help you. I am here to help you. I want you to be the next woman I will read our testimony. I want you to be the next woman I will submit the twins, the triplets, the quadruplets. It has happened before. I am not challenged. I am not bullied by infertility. I am determined to defeat all infertility in this group. But I need your help. I need you to help me. I need you to come halfway. I need you to come with your partner. I need you to resolve today, and you tell Dr. Chidi, you know what? I'm going to go anywhere you send me to go. If you are already under me, you have an advantage. If you have been crying since 2021, crying is not going to give you a baby. But if you do the right things, it's a matter of time. You'll be a mother. Nothing can stop you from becoming a mother. So I'm challenging you today. If you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, please do something about it. Not doing anything about your problem is not going to give us solutions. Okay, so that's my quick presentation on polycystic ovarian syndrome. Remember the motto of the group. We pray, we play, and we practice. If you are not making love with your partner within 48 hours, you're not doing the right things. So I encourage you, whether you know you are ovulating or not, it doesn't matter. Wake up every morning. Say, God, I thank you. God, thank you for giving me another opportunity. God, please fulfill your promises. When you're done praying, you make love to your partner. When you're done making love to your partner, you begin to seek help from a fertility specialist. My sister, this is the best way to become a mother. If you have been shopping all over the place for magic, there is no magic. The miracle you see every day are from people that stepped up. So I'm challenging you to step up, subscribe, let the story, let the testimony of today be your motivating factor. You can be a mother. Unfortunately, if you're in this clinic and you're 35, your chances of becoming pregnant is reduced. but God gave you 400x. As of this moment, if you are in your 40s, you no longer have those 400x. They have been reduced. It's possible you have only 100. It's possible that in that 100, you might have 20. Now, what will you do when your eggs are done? What will you do when your sperm is not good? What will you do when they tell you IVF is the only option? What will you do when they tell you IUI is the only option? Or surrogacy? Or adoption? Are you going to end your life as a woman without a baby? God forbid. You are a mother. I'm challenging you to go and do the extraordinary things that will make you a mother, okay? So I'm going to open the clinic now, and I'm going to start taking care of your questions. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, I'm going to be taking care of your questions. Okay, so ask your questions. Okay, let's see the questions. The clinic is open. Please go ahead and ask your questions in real time, and I'll provide you feedbacks. Okay, I'm searching for questions. If you have questions, okay, here we go. Okay. Can a PCOS patient continue to use the progesterone while ovulating? You have to follow the trends. My sister, the question you're asking me is not the right question. You see, it's not a trial and error. Whatever drug your fertility specialist gives you, please take it exactly the way it is. It's not a trial and error. So you're not supposed to be asking me if your fertility specialist have already told you what to do. Stop changing lane. Stay in your lane. Some women will be prescribed hormone-related drugs. So if we discover that your progesterone level is not within normal range, we are going to prescribe progesterone for you. The problem in polycystic ovarian syndrome is the ovulation. So if you are not ovulating, we can give you ovulation induction drugs, of which Clomid is an example, and a couple of other ones. There are so many other hormone-related drugs we can give you. So my sister, follow religiously everything that your doctor tells you. That's what you need to do, okay? So I'm gonna be taking care of your questions. So give me 1 minute. Let me call up some questions, okay? Still getting used to my phone for the broadcast, but I'm gonna call up a question now. Then we can use it to teach, okay? Okay, another question says, does PCOS cause hyprolactin? No. Hyprolactin can occur on itself. If you have hyprolactin, thankfully, it's treatable. So there are some drugs we can give you to take care of hyprolactin. So see a fertility specialist, okay? All right, let's continue, guys. Okay, another person is asking. Okay, let's see. Doc, how can you get in touch with me? You subscribe. My admin is going to share the links with you. Then you subscribe and we can see what we can do for you. So subscribe, okay? Okay. Okay, someone is asking, what's the meaning of IUI? IUI stands for intrauterine insemination, which we also called artificial insemination. We are going to talk about it extensively on the 25th. So register for the masterclass. In IUI, for some reason, your partner's sperm is messing about. It's not playing its role. So what do? We are going to collect your partner's sperm. We are going to make sure it's properly done. Then we are going to introduce it inside your womb. This is simply what IUI is all about. If you want to learn better, attend the upcoming symposia, okay? Okay, guys, keep asking your questions. All right, guys, I have a few more minutes. Keep asking your questions. If your questions are not answered, I apologize. It's not intentional. So I'm still searching for questions. Hold on, guys. Okay. Let's see this one. Okay. Do one suggest to their provider about seeing an endocrinologist? No. Your provider knows exactly what I'm talking about. Your provider, if your provider is a fertility specialist, then that's all you need to know. An endocrinologist is a special doctor who deals with everything hormones. So you don't need to suggest to your doctor. If your doctor knows the right things, your doctor will know what to do. So you don't need to suggest to your doctor. But you have to make sure you are under the right doctor. Unfortunately, some women are just seeing general practitioners and they begin to pump their body with Clomid you don't need. Stop wasting your money. You need a specialist. If you are finding it difficult becoming pregnant and you are above 35, after 6 months, you need a fertility specialist. There are different specialists in medical practice. If you notice, I depend solely on referral. I don't know everything. And I'm done my own part. I'm gonna send you to where you will get help. But please, stop wasting the money you are complaining you don't have by going to the wrong doctor. You don't have that liberty of time. We actually do not have time. Now stop wasting the time you don't have. If you are not planning to become a mother in 2022, you are planning to fail. If you don't have a fertility specialist by now, my sister, you're not doing the right things. Okay, I'm just telling you the frank truth. You have to do something, okay? Okay, let's see this one. A friend of yours, she's not menstruating for 7 months. She has a problem. And she has it. So it's possible she has polycystic ovarian syndrome. So advise your friend to subscribe. We will refer her to a fertility specialist. Then she can undergo her treatment of PCOS. Now, here is what you can do if you have PCOS, which will not warrant you taking drugs. You must watch what you eat. You must stay active. You must watch your body weight. You must avoid stress. You must drink your water. You must avoid alcohol. You must avoid soda. One of the problems that women that have polycystic ovarian syndrome is increase in your body mass index, your BMI. When you are overweight, when you have obesity, it begins to be more difficult. So regardless of what your problem is, you have to exercise. You have to go for walk. You have to go for run. You have to avoid stress. This is very, very important, okay? In management of polycystic ovarian syndrome. Okay, I have a question from YouTube. Very good question, okay? Please, how do you handle loss of period over 7 months? I've already told you what to do, my sister. When you don't have period for 7 months, I'm worried about it. It's called amenorrhea. It's possible you're getting ready for menopause. It's possible you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So stop all these medications you're taking on your own. You need to quickly hurry and see a fertility specialist. You cannot afford to be wasting time. Unfortunately, some women will continue to be doing the wrong things until it's late. If you keep doing the wrong things and you enter menopause, when you enter menopause, you no longer have eggs. The reason why I normally sound a note of warning to all my members is to know that once you are older, it is over for you. You can still become a mother, but you need donor eggs. So the earlier you get help, the better. Unfortunately, some women are getting ready to enter menopause. Some women might enter menopause next month. Some women might enter in August, in September, in October. So the question is, if you know you are gonna enter menopause, are you gonna be jumping from one prayer house to the other? No. Are you gonna be telling me what God cannot do does not exist? You are mocking God. When you have prayed to God, you have to step out and you have to do your own part. If you know you are gonna enter menopause by end of this year, what are you gonna do? You are gonna go get that money. It doesn't matter where you get the money. And you are gonna go do what you need to do to start your family. Because when it's over, it's over. You cannot tell your kids that the reason why you don't have them is because you don't have money. No. There are so many things expensive we have done in life. We borrowed money to buy cars. We borrowed money to buy houses. We borrowed money to buy clothes. If you have to borrow money to start your family, my sister, my brother, go and do it. If the only thing you have succeeded in doing in your life is to become a mother, you are the richest. You do not want to end your life and you become barren because God did not make you barren. My sister, I'm talking to you now. Stop hardening your heart. Wake up and do something. We don't have the liberty of time. I am the forerunner telling you that you can become a twin mother by next year. You can have triplets. You can have quadruplets. You can go for your first IVF and suddenly you become a triplet mother. It can happen. If you need to borrow money, go and borrow money and start your family, okay? We can no longer afford to waste time. 1 minute. 1 minute and I'm done. I'm going to share my transcript. So keep in touch with me. After this, I'm going to share my transcript. But I want faithful women, okay? Someone is asking, okay? What's the cause of your period coming late? My sister, is still the same thing I'm talking about. It can be a lot of things, including your age. Your age can mean that you are no longer regular. You might be warming up to go to menopause. It can be hormonal imbalance. It can be your body weight. It can be a couple of other things in your body. But we need to know why. If you haven't seen your bleeding for 3 months, it's called amenorrhea. I don't expect you to be jumping from one prayer to house to the other. You seek help. Your pastors are not doctors. I don't have any problem with my pastor. My pastor is a man of God. But I'm a doctor. Fortunately, there are some pastors, there are doctors. Please give to Caesar Caesars. Stop taking your medical problems that God has already told you to go to a fertility specialist to your pastor. Your pastor giving you olive oil is not going to fix your tubes. That's a fact. If your tubes are blocked, you need IVF. No matter how long you drink that olive oil, if your tubes are blocked, you cannot become pregnant until you go for your IVF. My brother, my sister, let's stop deceiving ourselves. Okay, let's continue. Let's actually wrap up. Please, if you need help, I can help you. Please, if you need to go for IVF, even if you're not in Nigeria, we can refer you to a very good place you can go for it in Nigeria. So, but you need to subscribe. You need to attend the symposia. I need to know your case. I need to have a personal relationship and discover what the problem is so that if I'm writing a referral letter, I'm telling my providers exactly what's going on. You see the difference with our group. We are not just ordinary people. We are extraordinary people. So we go the extra mile. So if I'm sending you to a doctor in Lagos, I already know the doctor. We speak every day. If the doctor is not treating you right, you come to me. We will address it. Sometimes I fight with my doctors. I fight with my providers. Why? When they are not doing the right thing, I insist they do the right things. I live and practice in America. The same way they do things in America here should be the same way they do things in Nigeria. So it's important you go to a doctor that cares about you. Our doctor in Lagos is about the best. He will be the person that will talk to us on the 25th. If you live in America, in UK, in Canada, in Australia, and you don't have enough resources to start your family, plan to go back to Nigeria. Distance should not be a problem. I'm promising you, you can get results. Keep on praying to God. Keep on playing. Regardless of what the problem is, continue to make love with your partner 48 hourly. Keep on depositing the sperm. Keep on depositing the sperm. The more you deposit the sperm in the vagina, the more you are increasing the possibility of becoming pregnant. Let me tell you how it works. When you are in your 40s, your period becomes irregular. Your ovulation becomes irregular. It might no longer be predictable. Now, if you keep practicing what you are practicing, if you keep waiting for your partner to make love to you on a particular day, your ovulation can come on day 10, day 14, day 15, day 20, even day 21. Now, if you keep a particular day, you're gonna miss it. But when your partner is constantly depositing sperm in the vagina, when your partner deposits sperm in the vagina, that sperm can fertilize you 5 days after the deposit. Unfortunately, when you are getting older, your chances of becoming pregnant is reduced. So where I'm from, there is an Igbo adage that says, "Anoba joso Abaya jewe. Let me repeat, I'm going to interpret. Anubaya joso, abaya jewe. And some women, when the animal is running, helter-skelter, we shoot helter-skelter. In the same vein, when a hunter enters the bush and the birds are flying anyhow, how are we going to kill the birds? By shooting anyhow. So even when your partner has low sperm count, your partner should still continue. The fact you have low sperm count doesn't mean you can't get your woman pregnant. The fact you have reduced fertility, chances still doesn't mean you can't get pregnant. Some women can have only 2 eggs remaining. God can multiply your 2 eggs to 4. But if you are not in the arena of blessing, how can God help you when you're not doing the right things? Unfortunately, as you are getting older, your hormones are gonna drop. Your estrogen is gonna drop. When your estrogen drops, you will no longer have interest in sex. Meanwhile, you are supposed to be making love every 48 hours. When you no longer have interest in sex, what will you be doing? You will stay up all night. You will be crying. Your partner will be snoring. The day you guys are supposed to make love, you're not gonna make love and you'll miss it. So whether your partner has low sperm count or whatever, I don't care. Still wake up and make love to your partner. Now for you, if you want, be age 70, I don't care. Practice your PPP. 99% of women are going to result in this group. Practice PPP. Apply your PPP. When you go home today, if you are not bleeding, tell your partner that Dr. Trudy said we need to make love. Sometimes you might be tired. Sometimes you have quarreled. Sometimes your partner will be quarreling for fish, for meat. Nonsense things. Do you know that the reason why so many people don't have babies today is because of silly things? You are sleeping in different rooms. You are angry with your partner. Why? Because you're not in a good place. So simple things that don't matter begin to make you to steal your joy. Regardless of the problem you're having as a couple, don't stop your love making. Now listen to me carefully. This is where so many people are not getting it right. So many people hear my voice. Every day I shout. Sometimes you think I'm going crazy, but you don't follow suit. Look, you're not doing me a favor. It's for you to have your babies that God gave you. I'm only a forerunner. And I'm telling you today, I'm challenging you today. If you can step up, if you can pray, if you can play, if you can practice, you will be a mother. You will be like the lady today. You will be begging God for 1 baby and God will give you 2, God will give you 3, God will give you 4. God has done it before, but you need to be committed. You need to check your own box. I cannot check my box for you. So if you have polycystic ovarian syndrome today, then you better wake up and you look in fertility eyeball and you say, you know what? You are not gonna stop my joy. You have tried, but I'm gonna be a mother in 2022. Nothing can stop me. I want you to use the news. I want you to use all the testimonies. I want you to use all the babies. So when you're saying you're claiming, when you are claiming that lady's blessings, are you also going for IVF? Are you also going for surrogacy? Are you also going to Nigeria? As I'm talking to you, so many of our members are in Nigeria. They've traveled from America, from London, from UK. It doesn't matter. They are in Nigeria. And some of them are going to become pregnant. They are going to become a mother. Nothing can stop them. Stop wasting time. Use the power of now. Today is the best time to start praying, to start playing, to start making love. And I can help you. You see that long story? That lady subscribed to me since 2019. She followed me from my former group. When she couldn't find me, she searched all over the Facebook. When she found me, she continued. We continued our conversation. There were some days she didn't even believe she's going to be a mother. When they told her she had adenomyosis, what did she do? She came back to me and she said, Doc, what are we going to do? I said, we're going to go for surrogacy. And she said, but Doc, but I said, you know what? Do you want to be a mother? She says, yes. I said, okay, go and talk to your partner. She talked to her partner and they agreed. Guess what? When they were doing surrogacy, they were still making love. They were still going for fertility treatment. But fertility treatment and the other options did not work. And surrogacy worked. Today, she's a mother of 2 beautiful babies. So go above and beyond and do what you need to do. Stop leaning on your own understanding. Lean on God. Let God be God. Let go and let God. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my word round. Then I'll see you on Sunday. If you haven't registered for the summit, admin is going to help you. My sister, if your tubes are blocked, you need IVF. My sister, if you no longer have quality eggs, go and use donor eggs. Stop listening to what the society will think. Oh, what will my mom say? Oh, what will my pastor say? Oh, what will my husband say? Then you're not ready. If you are ready, you know that you have already seen yourself as a mother. The battle is in your mind. You cannot be following me since 2015 and you don't have a baby today. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you guys and I'll see you guys tomorrow.